Ready? Call to order. February 27th, Town of Sylva Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to welcome everyone. First thing on our agenda is I entertain a motion that we approve the agenda. That motion. Okay, we have a motion. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. All opposed by like sign, motion carries. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment? No. Okay. So moving on to reports, start with me. Had something on my mind for quite some time. And I don't want to linger too long with this, but I think it's important. People to at least know what I think about this, and the direction I think we're going in is real good. I want to brag a little bit on our police chief and on our social worker program. I'm getting real good reports about the things that's going on. I understand she's got a good number of people in some homes and a few of them jobs and re-entering society and getting people on the right track with the folks that she is able to help. And I'm very proud of that program. The program that started all that has paid for it for the last couple of years, and the town's going to be in a struggle. And I want everybody to know right off the bat, I'm in favor of us figuring out how to come up with the money to continue that program. And I hope the rest of the board members will feel the same way. I think it's very important that since we are the flagship to that program in this state, that we certainly continue to have it and even allow it to grow if we can. So that all being said, I've got a real heartfelt position about our homeless situation that we have here. And I think we're making progress. And I'm not in favor of building a homeless shelter and letting the other counties around us come fill it up for us. I think that would undo everything we've done. I think we need to continue on the path we're on, trying to help folks get situated in the right way. There's one thing that I would love to see the town at least make the recommendation to the county that we ask them to reconsider the temperature threshold when they put people in a motel. Right now it's 32 degrees. And my personal feeling is when I'm standing outside and it's 37 degrees, it's just as damn cold as it is when it's 32. I'd like to see them reconsider that threshold. So if other board members have thoughts about that, decide we want to make an official recommendation to the county commissioners, I'll be glad to be a part of that. So that's all I have to say. Ms. Mary?
I don't have a report today, thanks.
Okay. Okay.
I have nothing to report as well.
Please.
A report from me today.
John?
I would just piggyback on what you shared about the social program. Police department was a nice television piece on PBS on that, and see that somehow on the internet. I saw it. It was really good. Well done. And I agree, we need to have that program around for a long time. Also learned that it's Jackson County commissioners have approved to back the skate park. We've been talking about private partner with them on. I don't know all the details, how much money they approved, but I know they've approved working with us on that. So we'll back on that soon. Good. So that was good news.
Absolutely.
That's all I have.
Absolutely. Okay. Moving on to our manager's report.
Good morning. Department heads, as far as the budget process goes, department heads have submitted their budget worksheets and administration is working to compile them. Our next work session is March the 27th, immediately after our morning board meeting. That goes into the vacancy. We would like the commissioner that's appointed, he'll be selected March the 27th, have them attend that meeting. So the applications for the vacancy are due to town hall March the 5th. They'll be received and distributed to the board March the 13th. Those will be distributed in an open session for you to review. The board will vote by ballot on the 27th to fill the vacancy, and the newly appointed commissioner will be sworn in April the 10th. So they'll participate in the budget work session before they are actually sworn in. Our pre-construction meeting for the fire trucks tomorrow. Please remember the March 13th agenda will have two separate zoning map amendment requests. So plan on that meeting taking longer than normal. Allison Joseph has resigned from the planning board. The board needs to be thinking of a replacement to fill the remainder of her term, and that term will expire on December the 31st of 2026. Clearing for utilities along 107 started on Monday. The former Jackson Vet Clinic building is scheduled to be torn down the first week of March, and that's the last remaining structure that will be removed. The construction let date is July the 16th. PLUS's annual meeting is Tuesday, March 4th at 4. Please let me know if you plan to attend and would like for me to RSVP for you. Reading at the Mountains is April the 26th from 10 to 4, and vendor spaces are full. So that's a very good thing. That's all I have.
Thank you. Our police department.
Morning, everybody. First of all, thank you for the support that I hear about community care. It's, I don't tell anybody here, anybody that knows me knows that it's something that's close to my heart. And also the business side of me, it's very important to me too. I will be in a panic if that goes away. I'll just be honest. Because the police don't have a plan for this. Like we don't, if you just leave it up to our given authorities, can't help you with just homelessness. It's not against the law. So that's why this is so important. But just a real quick rundown. I'll finish up with some fast numbers for you. We still have one vacancy. We are working to fill that. As I told you before, we probably could have filled that several times over, but hiring is probably the most important thing that I do, getting the right person in the job. If we were just putting food in a bag and handing it, that's one thing, but our police officers, what they're doing, we got to have the right personality and the right person doing that job. And so me and my department all understand the idea that we may have to work extra shifts or whatever until we can find the right person for that job. So we've got some interesting thing coming. I don't think it'll be open a very long time, but it'll be open until we find the right person for sure. We did a little shout out to Assistant Chief Robbie Carter. He's got a lot of connections when it comes to police training, and we sent our department to really, really expensive and valuable officer safety training this month. It's usually probably about $1,000 a person to go. We went for free. All our department did. So that's kudos to Robbie for having really good relationships with people and helped us out and hopefully keep our officers and our citizens both safe. The things that they learned from that. Couple of interesting meetings that I went to that I think you guys would be interested in this week. One is the First Methodist Church has a community roundtable meeting that they've just recently started. I think it's open to the public, to the best of my knowledge. It is not to be confused with the community care meeting. We have our own meeting. It's totally separate from this one, but it does have that same word in their roundtable, so it's getting confused sometimes. But basically, it's the Methodist Church. It's basically housing is what they're concerned about. It's just a group of people coming together and they're trying to learn about the shelter idea, all those things. They're trying to learn that. So this past meeting had some representatives from here. They actually, their whole staff was there, and so they got the rapid fire questions the whole time. So if that's something that anybody's interested in, it's, to the best of my knowledge, it's open to whoever. So let's say contact the Methodist Church and see if, and find out, but they're meeting pretty regular. So another one was Individual Common Ground had a meeting Tuesday night, and Unidex was there. You guys are going to hear from them in just a little bit. That was a really interesting meeting. A lot of questions going on these days about immigration situation and how local police are involved in that, what our role is, that kind of thing. And they're going to talk here in just a little bit. The one thing I want to tell you while I've got the floor is you guys on Mill Street, when you come through, you see that garage bay door open, and you may see people coming in and out of there getting different supplies. They started it, I think, during the hurricane. They're still going pretty strong, and it's not any one particular population that they're helping. I'm seeing them helping everybody. So I think their mission may say one thing, but what I'm seeing with my own eyes is anybody that comes in there and needs something, they're giving them. So kudos for all that work for sure. The North Carolina USC School of Government Criminal Innovation Lab is going to be here in the next few weeks, I believe. They're going to be, you mentioned ABC special. I was pleased with that too. I thought that looked good. Man, I thought it made our whole town look really good, and definitely our police department. But they're coming to do another film. They're going to make a couple of videos, one for them and one for us, basically, that we can use to sort of present the program quickly and in a real engaging way, so people can just watch like a YouTube video really fast and see what it's all about. They are known for doing high quality things, so I'm really excited about that. That should also make our town. Not only while they're in town are they going to be doing that, they're also going to be doing a study of the community care program. They're going to be doing officer surveys, community surveys. They're actually going to be interviewing some of our community care clients that have got really powerful stories to tell. So that's one of the things I'm excited about, because that's something I feel like I've been struggling to find ways to tell those stories, but still keep people's confidentiality. And not always look like we're just kind of pointing, look at what a great job we're doing. This will be another agency doing that. So I'm pretty excited about that too. I think it's going to be amazing when they're done. But back on the community care program. So this past month, she had 20 work days and some training involved in that too, where she was out of town on her work days, but she was attached to 48 different CAD calls and 20 working days. So, and that's with being out of town. So she's working, is what I'm trying to say. She's definitely doing good stuff. I'll finish up with some numbers and then get questions if you've got them. Just in the last 30 days, 151 traffic stops, a little over 30 traffic crash investigations, assisted 18 motorists that are stranded or in the roadway or whatever, about 20 alarms, what happened with different, the alarms can be all kinds of things. 12 different fights and disturbances, 11 incidents that were coded as domestic violence. We've responded to 3 overdoses. We had 3 panhandler issues. That's a lot lower numbers than maybe we've ever had. 3 is not many for a month. And so 9 reckless drivers. We had 2 situations where we found people that I always call them like a drunk tank is what most people call it. That were so intoxicated they couldn't take care of themselves. And so we put them in the jail for 24 hours or 10 hours or whatever. 33 suspicious persons situations, 26 suspicious vehicles that we investigated for people, 9 situations where we had to remove somebody or trespassing from a property. And we have seen a little bit of an uptick in business breaking and enterings, but and we've got that nailed down. Our detective has probably done, I don't know, probably several, probably more than 3 or 4 or 5 search warrants searching for probably. We've recovered some of that stolen property. No, so we haven't made an arrest on that, but we're well on our way for some of that. I think it's one person that's probably doing all that stuff. So, any questions?
Thank you for what you do. All right, so moving on to the fire department.
Morning. I don't have a whole lot to say today, other than just kind of keep you apprised of how many calls we've been having this year. We're up this year a little bit. We're 218 already this year. That's since 1st January, and that's a whole lot. Our business is good, unfortunately. Most of a lot of wrecks. We've had a few fires. Most of these wrecks are made. The other thing I was going to touch on was what Paige brought up in her report. We're going to have the pre-construction meeting for the truck tomorrow, 10:30, and we're on track with that. So that's all I had to talk about this morning. If you have any questions.
I'm setting that meeting with the people that are building it.
Yep. That'll be here.
Bill. Yeah. Hey, Main Street report.
Good morning. We're so excited about how the Greening Up the Mountains Festival is coming together in the planning stages. As Paige mentioned, the festival vendors are full right now. It takes over 50 volunteers to pull off the festival. So if anyone is interested in volunteering from the public or from this group, you can sign up at greeningupthemountains.com. Wanted to address some of the concerns or ideas that you had about greening up the mountains at the last meeting and the possibility of expanding the number of vendors, that sort of thing. This year, we'll have 170 booths and are on track for between 12,000 and 14,000 visitors attending. So for comparison, Mountain Heritage Day has 128 vendors, which is 1 road closure. And about the same number of attendees, but double the law enforcement. So our crew, our entire town does a great job of managing this sizable festival. We're already at visitor and vendor parking capacity and have increased that capacity through the generous support of Jackson County Transit and many private owners who offer the space for free or donation. So just wanted to let you know that we've looked at a lot of things. I've talked with Chief Hatton about the viability of the safety of expanding to Mark Watson or even keeping vehicles on the road. That would not only decrease our number of booths, but also pose a safety issue. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me or Chief Hatton. We hosted our first of 3 merchant meetups at Martha's Place on Thursday evening to facilitate merchant neighbor networking and have business resource providers on hand to discuss ways to help their businesses grow, flourish. We really appreciate Marnie Harris with the Small Business Center, Western's College of Business, and Assistant Chief Robbie Carter for attending and providing some great information. The next one will be May 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at Martha's Place. The Jackson County Business Appreciation Dinner will be held on March 24th at Peacock Reserve. The event is limited to 200 attendees and each business can register up to 2 people. Dinner, drinks, and swag will be provided. So there's still some spots left if you own a business in Jackson County. And finally, the Main Street program received national accreditation. I just got word of that yesterday. And each year, the benchmarks get a little tougher. And we're one of the smaller towns in the program. So I credit our amazing town team, Main Street Board, and community volunteers for helping us achieve this. Y'all have any questions?
I'm good. Thank you, Bernadette.
Thank you.
I got a little out of order and skipped over our public works director.
That's all right. Good morning, everybody. Right, do a quick update on Bryson Park. I don't know if you guys have been by there lately. New roof, new siding, new soffit. Interior framing is all done. We're getting ready for tile. Tile should hit the ground any day now. Separate crews are putting up additional shading in the playground shade structures in the playground area, and the site furnishings are all on site. So trash cans, benches, all that stuff. If you get a chance to ride out there, really coming together nicely. Getting preliminary pricing together for wall repair back here for FEMA. That'll be our next step in preparing RFP to send out and get some actual bids on that. Our new garbage truck has been ordered. I'd like to thank each and one of y'all for your support for that. That's going to be a great asset for my department. Holiday lighting is coming down today. So if y'all are hearing about that out in the community, it'll be a problem no longer. And Public Works is going to be conducting a litter sweep across the next couple of weeks. Talk to folks out in the community. Please encourage them to participate and help out with that. Any questions?
I just have a curiosity one. How will this wall be designed? I mean, it seems unlikely that we would go back with the really awesome looking stonework that it's been forever. What's the new cost?
What we'll likely do is we'll include that in the bid. So the contractor will say, we'll fix the wall for this price and this is how we'll fix it. That's very likely to be fairly proprietary. And it could be a combination of soil nail or pile wall or.
So we're not specifying that at the end of the day.
We want people that are better at that.
It's not some wall that'll stay there.
Right.
So basically it's proposal driven.
Exactly. Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have a report from the planning board.
They are meeting tonight to review the 2 zoning requests that will come before the board March 13th.
I'm assuming you might have something to say about Floss.
I think you all should come to the annual meeting on March the 4th at 4 o'clock, and you can hear the full report. I guarantee you'll learn something.
I went to it last year and I definitely learned some things.
Well, and there will be lots of project updates from that.
I'll have to willingly say that I learned enough and saw enough changes. Changed somewhat my opinion about Floss altogether. I'm really proud of what Daniel Manor is doing with that program. moving on to new business. We have presentation from Miss Sarah Hirsch about Unidex.
Actually, it's not me, it's our director.
Thank you.
But thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for having us today. My name is Ricardo Bell. I am the Executive Director of Unidex. Unidex is a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting inclusion, diversity, and the rights of the Latinx community, as well as for anyone in need in the Western North Carolina region. As Chris mentioned, we open our services to everyone. Unidex in Spanish, in English means together. The X supposed to be O, but we changed it to the X to include everyone, no matter man, woman, any person who needs our help. For the story and mission, in 2022, Unidex, Western North Carolina was founded in response to the need for an organization that would represent and support the Latinx population in this region. I moved in 2009 in Bryson City, and for a moment I was thinking I was the only Latin person in the area. I never thought that was a big population already here. I didn't have the opportunity to meet these families, these members of the community until 2020 because of the pandemic. That is when we start noticing the biggest needs for these services. One is our values, is inclusion, promoting an environment where all the voices are heard and respected. Diversity, celebrating and evaluating cultural, ethnic, and identity difference. Equity, advocating for equal opportunities. Justice, working toward a future where people have the same rights and freedoms. Programs and projects. Unidex Western North Carolina offers a variety of programs and projects designed to support the region's diverse community. Education and training. We offer English, Spanish, GD, and computer classes. Sarah Hirsch is our biggest partners with the English and the Spanish classes. Sarah West, she's part of the GED computer and interpretation classes. These two women has been a great support for the community. They are not just the teachers or the instructors; they are a part of the family for these community members they serve. Unfortunately, since the new administration or presential classes, we notice a big decrease on the numbers of the people attending these classes. The fear is real. People, they don't want to leave their homes. Reason is that Sarah and Sarita, they are decided to move online. We are still helping, but it's not the same. We are losing that personal touch we are used to have when we are having these classes here at the Catholic Church here. What is called 22 Bartlett
Street.
Yeah, Bartlett Street. In every class, that was a celebration. Everybody was coming as a family. More than 10 students coming every Tuesday night. They are having food. And actually, during the some nights, that was the Spanish class and the English class coming together and enjoy a meal as a family. Okay, advocacy and public policy. Unidex works with the state, county, and local legislators and community leaders to advocate for policies that promote social justice and equality. The organization engaged in awareness and advocacy campaigns to ensure that the voices of marginalized community are heard in decision-making processes. Other areas. Our community is a community, the Latinx community is a community, they believe in the law. We believe in the trust for the institutions. Everyone is working their best for not to be in trouble. But the only problem is sometimes they are not in the same situation. They are not having a 9 to 5 job. Sometimes they have to leave home 5 o'clock in the morning, come back home 7 o'clock just to be ready and prepared for the next day. A lot of parents, they are not able to attend the school meetings, especially for the same. Sarah West, and she is the education coordinator for Unidex. She has been in contact with the parents, with the students, to make sure their voices, they are here. Yesterday, no, Tuesday. Tuesday was the Jackson County school
School board meeting.
board meeting, yeah. And we were happy to have some students, some parents attending this meeting. That was the first time they were available to attend these meetings. We want those voices to be here. It is important to understand a culture, the needs of a population is growing. The community, the schools, they are noticing, we are being in touch with them to make understand a little more how these families, what is the reason sometimes they don't answer the phone, sometimes they are not able to attend the meetings they are looking for, and it's not because it's the lack of interest, it's sometimes families, they are working in the top of the mountain. They don't have a signal. It's not possible to pass the word. When the family is coming home, it's 9 o'clock. Nobody is able to speak to them. Reason is that we serve as a bridge to connect the families and the professors or teachers or directors to make sure the message came to the families. So that is what we do as an organization. Also, community events. Unidex participates in a number of community events throughout the year, including cultural festivals, visit from the Mexican consulate, and discussion forums. These community events, they are very important for everyone, for the community, especially because it's the only way sometimes kiddos, they can learn a little more about their parents' culture. They don't know, sometimes they are, these kiddos, they are between two cultures. Sometimes they don't identify themselves as neither Latino because they are not speaking Spanish or they are not look the same color than others, or sometimes they are not two Americans because they are not sharing the same how can I say this?
Cultural background?
Yeah, culture. So it's nothing wrong, but it's like those kiddos is like, okay, I'm American or I'm Mexican or Latin, what I am. So it's a lot of confusion for these kiddos. Visit from the Mexican consulate, that is a huge thing for us. Mexican consulate has a base in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it's 6 hours from here. We raise the voice for these organizations to come in and visit the Western North Carolina. For the state, not just for the state, for anyone, the West, the rural West area, we are invisible. Every meeting I'm attending for the last 3 years, every time they are talking about Western North Carolina, oh my God, how wonderful is Western North Carolina. Asheville has everything. We solved everything. I said, okay, Asheville is not the end of the state. We are still having 2 more hours to go to the end of, to Tennessee in one more hour, 45 minutes to go to Georgia. And they are like, okay, what is Franklin? What is Andrews? Tell me a little more about that. And it's funny because they're supposed to know where we are located. Community impact. Since its founding, UNIDEX has had a significant impact on the lives of many people in Western North Carolina. We help people obtain legal representation and regularly provide information on the resources in the area, especially regarding health, education, and migration. It is important for the community sometimes to know what is the resources available. A lot of people, they are wondering why this Latinx community has the right to receive these resources. Because these resources helps a lot for the spending on other areas. An example, a lot of people, when they don't know about, they can go to a clinic and pay a small fee to get a prevention visit to the doctor. They are saving around $2,000, $3,000 instead of going to the ER. Sometimes people say, or in our culture, unfortunately, we don't have the prevention culture. Sometimes we are going to the hospital when we are so ill, almost dying, and we have to make sure the community knows they have to make sure to go to the doctor no matter if they feel good or feel bad, and making sure they understand the importance to keep themselves and their families in a good health. That helps a lot on the other spending. A lot of people is in a big debt because they are visiting their only option, the ER, thinking that is the only way they can go to the doctor. Now also we make sure they understand the law. People, they are willing to follow the law, but sometimes they are so afraid. They are afraid of, oh, what's gonna happen? I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be in jail. They're gonna do something worse to me. Who's gonna take care of my kiddos? So when they know for somebody who has a little more experience about the importance to show up in court, to make sure they follow the rules, to understand something so simple like a signal in the streets. Like an example, somebody the other day, they get a ticket because they were parking in a disabled design space. Sometimes they don't know, this is difficult. I know we need to learn, we have to do our best, but sometimes the people is a little difficult to sometimes they need a little help to make sure they understand everything. Some of our success stories. Today, 2 of our adult students have managed to completely finish their GED in record times. And that is thank you to Sarah West. Before the Southwestern Community College, they were struggling to offer this kind of services. They couldn't believe in less than 6 months, 2 adults, they were able to finish their GED. We are working in 1 more adult, and we are noticing there's a lot of students, they want to continue their education. We create a Fuerza Latina Club, which helps young people from the Smoky Mountain High School continue their studies with the support of an education coordinator and school counselors. These kiddos, they has been sometimes when they don't have any representation, for them is no hope. for them is a lot of, it is important to see somebody who speaks the language working as a teacher. It's not professionals here who are bilingual or they are cultural oriented. For them, these kiddos, they can approach more easily. I'm not saying they are not open to the other teachers, but it's a little difficult. Sometimes the barrier, sometimes the language barrier, sometimes the cultural barrier is so is not helping. So this kind of the only thing they are discouraged to continue their education. We assist young people, many of whom has just arrived in the country to get to know a new culture and a way of life. Something about this, some kiddos, they are so smart. They want to make sure they can be a good students, but sometimes teachers, they are so busy, they don't want to deal with the new students because they have many questions. And sometimes they are like, okay, I think you need to go to academy school. What is the alternatives schools? So these kids have to deal with an environment. Sometimes they didn't do nothing wrong to be there. The only wrong they did is they doesn't speak English. They have to learn English. Sometimes it's not in the best way, but they do it. Sometimes they are so determined and they are able to learn English. We have helped more than 200 families affected by the hurricane get access to vital resources such as electric, solar generators, heaters, dehumidifiers, food, cleaning products, personal hygiene products, winter clothing, financial assistance, and much more. As you mentioned, Mayor, this weather has been so cold for the last 5-10 years. I think this year has been so cold, cooler than other years. I remember my first request when these organizations, they were asking what you're gonna need for help this community. That was in October. We make sure to ask, we need heaters, we need blankets, we need everything for the cold weather because we're gonna make sure everybody who lost everything, they don't have to be in the middle of the cold weather, suffering more than whatever happened to them during the Hurricane Helene. How to participate with Unidex? Unidex invite everyone to join its mission of promoting, inclusion and social justice. And there are several ways to participate: voluntary, donations, partnerships. Conclusion: Unidex North Carolina is an organization committed to making the region a more inclusive and equitable place for all. And here is some picture of the work we have been doing for the last months, years. This is for the storage here in Mill Street. The picture on the right is for one of the areas affected here in the Western North Carolina. This is some of the families we were helping. We delivered some electric generators, cleaning supplies, food. Here is part of the Fuerza Latina. And the other, in the picture on the right is one meeting we coordinate with FEMA, where these families who were affected, they were able to follow up directly with FEMA. The picture in the bottom is one of the pictures of the Spanish and English class. That was great because we can see how everybody's happy. They were having a really good time, and that is thanks to Sarah Hirsch, our instructor. She is so passionate about teaching these classes. I'm so proud of all my team, not just one, everybody.
This is during our Halloween party. That was amazing to see all those happy faces. As you know, that was thousands of people attending, and thankfully, we were able to pass candies to everyone. That was amazing, and we were thankful. Here is another visit. The picture in the bottom, that is the Independence party in September. The Catholic Church community, they are putting together this festival every year. In the top is still the film event, and the other one that was food distribution here in Jackson County. And you can follow us in social media. Social media has been a really good ally to promote all the services, all the resources, all the information we have for the community, not just for the Latinx, for everyone. We are making sure to pass the word. No, we are the channel for the voices, not just for us to say what's going on. Also, if somebody needs something for the community, we are making sure that every voice is here. So thank you so much again. I appreciate this time to present Unidex, and as I mentioned, is the team who is make all this happen. I'm just the person who is grateful to have a wonderful team. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right. Thing on our agenda is resolution in support of NCDOT's high impact, low cost funding for Skyline Drive. So it's a paving project.
Yes, so this is about the sidewalk project. They combined the project with another project in Madigan Valley, and then also added resurfacing to the road in order to try to get a bid. So this resolution, if we pass requesting they use low cost, high impact funds, then it will bring down our portion of the sidewalk contribution.
Very simple to me. I didn't find a motion. We do that. We have a motion. We have any more discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. All opposed, by like sign, motion carries. And Craig, can you explain the ordinance new codes thing just a little bit to us?
Yes, so every time municipalities recodify their code of ordinances, then that's what is in our code of ordinances book and what's published online. They check to make sure the reference links are still valid, that all the amendments have been included, that our ordinances don't conflict with state laws. So once we go through that, we contract for that process. Once we go through that process, the board needs to adopt an ordinance, what you have in the agenda packet, that officially recodifies the ordinances.
So there's really no significant changes involved.
No.
We're just approving the new code of ordinances.
Yes.
So I didn't find a motion that we do that.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. All opposed, by like sign, and motion carries. The final thing on our agenda is a closed session. Matter personnel with evaluation of our town manager. This is pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A6. So this time I entertain a motion that we go into closed session.
I motion that we go in closed session pursuant to GS 143-318.11A6.
Have a motion. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. All opposed, by like sign. Motion carries, and at this time, close the meeting.
Thank you.